I think we're running, hopefully. I'm not sure which application actually to use. That was like kind of a, maybe this will work. Yeah, it seems to be working okay. Although there's these images down here, which, whatever. Okay, so in regards to the LG V20 versus the XCover 6 Pro, the Samsung, I should actually have written Samsung. I'm not sure if I can actually do that while it's running. Samsung. Okay. So this is the LG V20. I have another one as well. The only problem is that both of the screens are sadly broken somewhat, you know. One of them has like a line throughout and the other one is having a damage down here. But yeah, so I've had the Samsung XCover 6 Pro for some time, and yeah, so what would I really, you can change the batteries on it. I do have chargers for batteries for the Samsung and all that. I do have these pins for using on the screen and all that. So what would I, really, if someone has an LG V20, it's just less, if you just fix the screen or change the screen, if there's a problem with the screen or something like that, I would kind of actually keep to the LG V20, sadly enough. There's a thing here, you can't really see it, but apparently the battery began to bloat a little, and then apparently it ended up breaking the screen. I've heard that you can actually get some, if the screen, which is a problem, if the screen actually begins to detach, you can actually buy some of their glue, apparently, that they use, and you can glue it apparently and press it down. I haven't tried it out, but that was something on a forum in regards to that. So I would probably just fix the LG V20 and run with that instead of the XCover 6 Pro. The problem is, of course, more Google bullshit. They have further, and I couldn't even move the data over to this new mobile. Google have done further bullshit, as it goes. When I had the Android 13 installed on this phone before the update, the browser actually did work pretty good in regards to I have a browser, an older version of Firefox, in regards to the Fennec thing here, and it actually was very stable in regards to remembering these tabs. But after updating to Android 14, it loses these tabs very easily. So yeah. So now there's only 4 tabs open at the moment, and well, because I tend to lose them all the time. So that's very annoying, but this is after the Android 14. Another thing of problems. So, you would actually think that you would get less problems when updating a phone, right? But that's not, like, oh, the LG V20 and all that. I'll just, it's old and blah, 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 right? And okay, I'll just update it, get a new phone and all that, and hopefully get less hassles and all that. But that's not really true. And here's another problem I have. After updating to Android 14, it doesn't work in regards of Play Store anymore. Isn't that just lovely? Another thing is, if you actually want to move over data, there is a way that you can actually kind of trick the system, but you have to go and look up apps, because they don't allow you as a user to have, they further fix you down in regards of your power over your mobile. you can go in here. Should be some place in regards of it where you can actually, maybe it's out here. See here? No. It's kind of usually, but maybe it is because maybe it's already. But the idea is to downgrade the files, and because then you can actually move some data over, which is really tedious in regards to the clicking bullshit game and all that. But it's possible, but it's very tedious. That's, for example, you can go in here. You can go into. It's like, when I talk to some of the programmers, clearly it's Google that is bullshitting around, that is forcing the programmers to do insanity, which you don't want, but they do it anyway. Let's see, yeah, there we go. So here we go with some of the applications, and you can then go in here, but then you need to, like Android, greater or equal to 13, the external SD card is write protected. Oh, yeah, well, actually, we should be on the internal. But I guess they didn't want to fix that. They want to fix all these other things. But anyway, you can do this, and you need to do it for every single folder. So, but it's only if you downgrade the files, which is possible at the moment at least. But you still, any single folder, you need to do it with every single time. So you need to do the clicking game and all that, and the clicking game and the clicking game and the clicking game and the clicking game, and yeah, over and over and over. I need to also try the call recorders and all that, yeah, because again, Google is trying to do what they can do to ruin that experience as well in regards of call recorders. Very annoying. So yeah. So would I go out and buy a Samsung XCover 6 Pro? If I, is it better? Is it really? The speaker is actually pretty good. I think the speaker is actually it's a little louder than the LG V20. So the speaker is actually pretty good. The jack stick seems to also to be pretty good. You can fix the micro SD and all that, and that seems to also be working pretty good. I guess the mobile is, in regards to the speed, is pretty fast, I guess, compared to the LG V20. So, but Android, Google is just further and further, and this obnoxious thing in regards of making folders and all that, absolutely rubbish. I'm so sick and tired of it. I just want the folders that I need on my micro SD card. But no, Android just want to make these folders, these empty folders, again and again and again and again. But of course, I guess it also does it on the older version. In regards to taking the internal space as some micro SD thing is also totally bullshit. Another thing, the screen, which also is a problem with one of the other mobiles I actually bought. You can actually see the lines going over the screen. You have some lines going this direction, and it's like it's not so obvious as on the other mobile, but they're there. When you hit a specific place, you can see them going this direction. These lines. It's very annoying. Let's see if we can. And you don't have that on the LG V20. So you can see the lines, but you can't, of course, on this recording. But if you actually have the mobile at a specific angle, you can actually see the lines going through this screen. Again, it's very, it's not that easy to see, but it's there, On the other mobile I have, the AGM, it's much more obvious. So I looked into in regards if there was a difference in regards to the screen, in regards of what kind of screen it was, and as I understand it, all of the LG V20 and all the other mobiles I had was LCD screens, so it should be the same technology pretty much. So yeah, so you have these screens going back and forward and all that. So I do, like it would be I think it would just be, easier to go back to the LG V20. Also, in regards to setting things up, you need to set things up and try to set things up here and there. And really, I just try to make it like the LG V20 because the LG V20 was perfect. And you just have all the applications, and sadly, you still have this thing when it goes up like this, but at least I've fixed all the applications on the screen like the LG V20 pretty much. So yeah, but it's just so tedious to trying to fix things, and they have tried to further, it's like a downgrade. It's not an upgrade, it's a downgrade, and things works differently than in every single Android version, and things works differently. And then you need to, they reinvent the wheel all over again and again and again and again and again. It's just stupid, it's bullshit. So yeah. So if you have an LG V20 phone, I would probably look into it just in regards to replacing the screen if you already have it. Like, you already have the ability to, charge the batteries. They already had like a battery charger, and I still have one of those. Now they tend to wear out apparently. At least the two first I had, sadly, went into having issues. They're still working, but you need to, move in and out, and all that. So at some point they tend to, but I bought a new one when I, good amount of time ago, and it's still working perfectly in regards to things, so that's good. Of course, it's harder to get the batteries for the LG V20. I would go with the LG Perfine 8200 milliamps. I'm not sure if when I bought these batteries that I have now, I bought them from Russia, so that might be a little problem these days. And of course, I can't really pay on the internet anymore, so that's of course a whole nother issue. Which also is a problem in regards to the screen, because the LG V20's phones was not in Denmark, so but maybe I can order some screens. If I can't go on the internet myself, maybe I can go down in a store and have them order them or something like that. It is what it is, in these days where we, technology, and they're pushing all this more tyrannic nonsense upon us. And by the way, I had to also to delete one of the applications. I had one of these applications for the sun and the moon and all that. I had to delete it because of spyware. I had another application, which is, well, that's a good question. Where is it? Oh yeah, sometimes. And that's open source and all that. And I fixed it up and all that with, instead of the other application. And yeah, that's good enough, it's okay. You still have the problem that many applications are full of spyware. But that's, a thing that you can't really do much about. Now, the browser is not, because, you have all the websites and all that. But Videota tend to have a lot of nonsense. Audible tend to have dual recorder. And usually I would just have the old version of Phoenix, which is the one that is the least, version 1.00. As far as I recall, it has a little less spyware than the 1.02 version. But there might be an ability to actually turn these things up if you use some kind of application. Either the Warden here, if you have root access, or the other thing, what was it? Oh yeah, the Lucky Patcher might be able to, I guess, sort that out as well. Shouldn't be anything turned on, yep. But then again, you need root access for that, and toying around, and brain power and all that, and I have so many other things too. It's just, It's just, it's just give me a break with the bullshit, It's so disgusting. I just want to use the computer to actually do something. But you just sit there and you sort things out all the time on Android. It's very disgusting. One issue after another, after another, after another, after another, after it just keeps on going. So yeah, I don't know. If I had an LG V20, if you have a problem with the LG V20, maybe you can fix it, by changing. If the screen is an issue, just change the screen. And it should be possible on the LG V20. It's not you can open it up like the good old days. You can actually open it up, and I don't think it would be a big problem actually changing the screen as far as I recall. If the screen is beginning to lift up, apparently there's this kind of glue that apparently one can buy that they usually use for screens, and apparently you should just be able to actually fix that. I wonder if I could actually have done that with my first mobile or my first LG V20, because the problem was that the screen was, there was no problem with the screen. It was just that it was releasing from the glue, Maybe I could just have glued it, and then I would have been up and running again, but I didn't do that. The XCover 6 that I'm sitting on here doesn't have bigger batteries either. The standard Samsung battery seems to be the biggest batteries. I tried to buy some other kinds, but yeah, it's and I had this Telegram thing here, so we have the Galaxy XCover Pro thing here, and yeah. It can't record in 16 frames either, so that's kind of a downgrade from the LG V20. It has its own heat issues as well, this mobile. Try to collect things. I also try to get some people in here, but I guess people don't use Telegram. I can understand why they wouldn't use Telegram, because Telegram is disgusting. There's so much censorship as well on Telegram. And then, if you download Telegram from Google Store, you have just censorship. Well, then you download it outside from Google, but you still have censorship and all that. So yeah, but there's some links in regards to different things, and yeah. I have some of the batteries. I tried some of the different soft covers things. I tried 2 of the 3 that I got. The first one was actually, I thought the one that I felt was the best one, but the plastic of on one of the levels became scratchy, and I was not so good in regards to my hands and all that. I was also looking into in regards of micro SD cards, and there might be better micro SD cards out there in regards of test on the mobile and all that than the SanDisk Extreme, but I haven't tested that out. I did find one company that seems to maybe have the best micro SD card that is out there somewhere. But yeah, of course, Telegram, all the updatings of Telegram of this nonsense and this nonsense. Yeah, it's I see search SD, search for that. No, that's because of an adapter. Can we okay, there's nothing more. Card. Oh, here we go, I think. So here we have 5 links in regards of, it's opening up. Yeah. Yeah, okay, here we have the integral. I think actually it was the integral 1 terabyte card. That probably is the fastest, but I haven't tested it, but seems like it might be the fastest of all the micro SD cards. But again, I haven't tested it, so yeah. But seems like to be one of the better ones in regards to speed and all that. If one wants a little more speed and all that, it seems to be pretty high. Let's see if we can, there we go. So yeah, and of course it's always nice to have some more speed on the, the faster the better, pretty much, on the micro SD cards, so, and this might be faster than the SanDisk, Extreme. But again, I haven't tested it out, but yeah, it seems like it has some pretty good minimum, like write speed 150 and read speed 180 megabyte per second. Now, of course, when you use the cards, things go slower when you use it because it heats up and all that, as it usually goes with these micro SD cards. And the mobiles and the rest of the things doesn't seem to have like a way to actually, cool it down or keep it cool or something like that. So yeah, so that's a kind of a problem. So yeah, um, I'm just thinking, if I could get some of my LG V20s and fix them with the last version of Android 7. Which one of them it has the last version of Android 7, because it doesn't really matter in regards of security, of course, in regards of Android 8 or Android 7, all the security nonsense is out the window anyway. And the LG V20 was pretty much born with Android 7, so yeah, it would have been nice if one could just have made a little more cooling on the LG V20, but yeah, overall, it hasn't really changed much in regards of things besides Google making more bullshit. Also, in regards of writing and all that, like, look at this bullshit. We open up, right? Let's just take a thing here. Let's take my address and regard. Let's go here. Now look at this bullshit. What they do, like, let's say I wanna delete half of this, right? I just don't want to delete half of the domain thing here. Now look at what bullshit is there. Did you see that? What other bullshit? Again, it's just more and more bullshit. Like, you go here, right? And usually you would just be able to do like, no, maybe not. Okay. But you could have deleted it in the beginning, right? See here, try again. Let's see here. If you want to delete the whole thing, you can just push one time and push back, right? That's how easy it really is, But now they have made it apparently where you like, boom. So if you just want to delete some of the things, it's like, boom, delete all of it. Like, so, but as far as I recall, I was actually surprising how stable it was in regards of Android 13 in regards to not deleting my tabs, because that's a thing, where it deletes all the tabs and all that. After Android 14 has been updated, it just nearly, it's just so many times it loses it. So that's very annoying when you have data on and you have different tabs and all that, and you have them like in the background for later and all that. Maybe it's not the way to do it, but that's, anything else, it's not a bad mobile as such. It's not a flagship. This XCover 6 and all that. The camera is not like yippee yippee yay or something like that. It's like, it doesn't do 60 frames. It's okay, but it doesn't do 60 frames. It also have this bullshit thing of turning the application off automatically after some time. You didn't have that on the LG V20 on Android 7. So you could just open the application without it closing down and all that. That was kind of nice. So you felt like you had the power over your mobile, and you didn't have all this just having this recording the application. I need to, push. Like, it comes up with an extra bullshit. Are you sure you wanna, record the screen. It's like, give me a break with the bullshit. Okay, are we done with the bullshit? Apparently it's an ongoing madness. So also the screen, the elongated screen, I don't get it. I really don't get it. The LG V20, where you actually had a standard screen in regard, made much more sense. The speaker is better. It is a little louder. I think it's better. I'm not sure if it's clearer than the LG V20, but it's clear enough, and it's louder than the LG V20. That's at least my experience from it. So that's nice. Oh, the screen is also pretty nice in regards of actually the touch and all that. And you can also actually make it more sensitive in regards to the touch and all that. So that's pretty good. Yeah, but I pretty much have a lot of the jack stick thing. It has the micro SD thing. Um, it has Yeah. Oh, yeah. In regards of if you don't want to close it down, it has this nonsense where you need to push two buttons and it can be set, but I haven't set it yet. So you just need to push one button to close it down. Like, reinventing the bullshit. You get tired of. So yeah, what can I say? Oh yeah, you have some of the applications that doesn't work, of course. Just crashes and all that. This one as well. That was so that's typical. No background compatibility and all that. You gotta be kidding me. And we're still talking about Linux and Android and all that, and you don't have any backward compatibility. You gotta be kidding me. Yeah. And here we have the applications in regards of trackers and loggers in regards of applications and all that, what they have of different things. And you can further go to the web pages for further information on either the tracker or the logger and all that. Google AdMob as usual. So yeah. Anything else? No, I don't think so. Yeah. Sadly, there's if you have an LG V20, you can find a lot of people actually still having the LG V20, and I think there's three forums or something like that with the LG V20. Although I'm banned from all of them, I think. So yeah, kind of not. But if you search an LG V20, you should be able to find. I have a private group on the LG V20. I see here if I'm. Oh, okay. I'm apparently okay. And the LG V20. Let's try one of the others. Private group. Nope. Sorry, you can't access this chat because you have been banned. Yeah. What about the other one? Yeah, I've been banned for that as well. What about this one? Yeah, I've been banned for. But it's there. There's some groups. Apparently, there's a group where I haven't been banned or it's non-English. So I guess it doesn't really matter much anyway. I'm probably going to delete Telegram anyway, soon because, just get banned everywhere and there's censorship and all that. So not only is there censorship on the Telegram, there's also a lot of people love banning you and all that. This looked like an Arabic page in regards to the LG V20, and there's 65 members, 2 online. It's not too many, but we have a picture of the good old LG V20. Looks pretty good. Yeah. The good old LG V20. You can download the LG V20s. Yeah, and of course, if you want the two, oh yeah, there's also two SIM cards in the XCover. At least the XCover I have, there's two SIM, and there's some versions that doesn't have two SIM cards, but there's two SIM cards in it. Not like a biggie, but you of course you have the LG version, the DS, and the Hong Kong version. The first version I had of the LG V20 was the Hong Kong version, so yeah. Which really, in regards to the two LG V20 mobiles I have, the only thing I really need is some new screens, and then I could be up and running again with them. So that would be pretty nice. Because really, it's just, you can still open them up and all that, compared to modern day. Yeah. So just need some LCD touch things and all that. I could change and get them up and running again, pretty much. Oh, that's interesting. Do they have this? No. Oh. Yeah. Well, I just use the plastic thing, and of course I use bigger batteries, so the standard background thing for the LG V20 wasn't really my thing anyway. So, anyway, doesn't seem to be much interest anyway in regards to this phone, so guess I'll close it down. If you have an LG V20, if there's some issues with it, I would just, if there's a screen problem or something, I would probably just change the screen and just keep on running with your mobile, because and of course the Android 8 update actually made some issues in regards to the note-taking application. Very annoying and all that, and they never sorted that out, very disgustingly. But yeah, I have a version of one of my Android versions where I actually try to just fix it with Android 7 and then not update it, the last version of Android 7, and just so yeah. And you could still, move data and applications very easily with the LG application to move it. I couldn't do that on the XCover and all that. So it gets, it's just too much hassle. Way too much hassle. Anyway, take care, all of you. I'm going to end this now. This world is wicked evil.